Hi everyone, welcome back to the I Don't Even Know podcast. I'm I hope you all are doing well. Today I'm here to talk about The Summer I Turned Pretty, season 2, episode 7, and I'm just gonna jump right in and start talking about Julia first, like I do all the time. I think I've done this almost every episode. I start talking about Julia, and that's what I'm gonna do, because that's what I'm used to. So, I still don't like her. But she's better. And, I'll give it to her. She did not piss me off, that much this episode. And I didn't really feel sorry for her. I kind of did, but then I also kind of didn't because, what she's done in the past. But I like her a bit more. I think she kind of has a heart now. I think she does. I don't know. It's just, I'm still so upset with what she did in the first few episodes. It's hard for me to forget about that, and so I'm still not the biggest fan of her, but she's better now, and I appreciate Laurel kind of getting her to talk about Susanna in a nicer way, and she convinced her to, of course, pull out of the sale, which we knew was gonna happen because that's them not selling the house was gonna be way too different from the books. And they do, of course, the book and the show aren't exactly the same. But I think that's too big of a change. And they weren't going to do that. So I'm happy they stuck with that. And she pulled out. But I really liked seeing Laurel and Julia kind of connect. Because they know each other. They weren't close, of course, because Julia and Susanna weren't close. But they knew each other. And, I think Laurel knows about some of the stuff that happened with Susanna and Julia. And it's I was happy that they talked. And I would like them to have some sort of relationship in the future. Because I think Laurel needs someone. And I think maybe Julia is that person. I'm not really sure if Julia will be a good friend. But I think now that we've seen her, softer side with them, I think it would be good for Laurel to have her and just for everyone to, be around Aunt Julia and kind of, form a better relationship with her. I really hope in season 3, if Julia's in there, we get that. And they can have a stronger relationship. And, the guys can have a relationship with her. Because I think that's so important. Because that's Susanna's sister. Or step-sister, half-sister. I think it's half-sister. But, that's her sister. And she should have relationships, good relationships with her kids, or, not her kids, but her sister's kids, So I really hope we get to see more of that. It's, I will say, I would like Aunt Julia back for season 3, surprisingly, just so we get those relationships. And we see maybe her and Laurel more, because I thought that was really sweet that Laura was trying to defend Susanna and trying to defend the boys and everything, but you could tell she felt sorry for Aunt Julia when she was talking about the dad, and how Julia's mom was saying how you need to go to cousins, you need to spend time with him so he keeps paying your child support, which that's so messed up that he wasn't. He maybe was gonna stop if she didn't show up. That's really messed up. And I felt bad for her with that, and just the way she was being treated with from her father and her stepmom. Yeah, it was so messed up. And I get that Susanna doesn't like drama or kind of conflict, but I think she should have said something. And should have listened to Julia. I get people don't like conflict. I don't like conflict either. But if I think, someone's in the wrong or, something's messed up or somebody has something to tell me that it's, about someone I like and I might not want to hear it or, I might not like what they say, I still want to hear it and I will agree with, them if I believe they're correct, and I will understand. And I get conflict, but you have to address it. And so I love Susanna, but I think that was kind of messed up that she didn't want to hear about what Julia said. Like, I still don't really like Julia. She's still kind of on my bad side from what she's done. But I think if Susanna listened to what she had to say, I think their relationship would have been better if Susanna didn't really try to avoid conflict and they talked and discussed everything. I think their relationship would have been a lot stronger. And I'm sad we're never going to see their relationship grow. Like, it makes me mad because we're learning all this stuff and like we're never going to see them again. Like, I liked how Julia was talking about how she tried to go to the funeral. She had a plane ticket, but she just couldn't go through with it, which that makes sense. Like sometimes you have a hard time. Like, still think you should go. I get if it's hard. I still think you should, out of respect. But it made me happier hearing that she was planning on going or had a plane ticket and was considering it. Because I thought she just didn't care. Like, just was like, whatever. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, she was awful and just didn't show up. That's what I thought was the case, and so that made me a little bit happier. It still wasn't great because I would have liked her to show up out of respect, but I mean, I get it. Like, if you have like bad history with someone, like, it might be too hard for you, or if you like had bad history and now feel bad because they're dead or something, like, that makes sense, and I get why she wouldn't want to. And also, I think the fact that Julia, she found out about the cancer, the cancer came back and Susanna didn't have a lot longer to live, from a note about the trust. I think it was the trust, or it's like the will? Was it the trust or the will? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was the trust, like for the house or something. But the fact that she found out from a note that, like, Susanna's cancer came back and she didn't have a lot longer, that was kind of messed up. I get they weren't close, but I think it's respectful to call. It's like, I don't think people should find out, like, they're, like, someone from their family is dying, or, like something happened and they're dying, from a note. I don't think that's nice. I don't think that's a good thing to do. And so I wish Susanna called. Like, I mean, who knows? She might not even have picked up. Like, we don't know. Julia probably wouldn't have picked up. But I think maybe even a voicemail. I was going to say voice memo. A voicemail would have been better than a note. I'm just happy her lawyers weren't the one that told her, because that would be really messed up if, like, she found out her sister was dying from her lawyers. I'm kind of happy that didn't happen, because that would have been really rude. And hearing that Julia tried to call, I'm pretty sure Julia tried to call her or considered calling her, or like wanted to write back but didn't. Like, that kind of made me feel bad that she wanted to, but she just, like, she couldn't. I still am pissed off at her, though. Like, I feel bad, and, like, I like that she was trying to help, but it still makes me mad that she did all of this crap in, like, the first few episodes, and then Laurel got her to open up, in which I'm happy she got her to open up, don't get me wrong, but then all of a sudden she just changed like that and was, like, all nice and stuff. I'm like, girl, if you just listen to what they had to say, it would have been a lot easier and, like, a lot faster. I'm, like, happy she was being all nice and supportive and defending them, like, later, but it's like, we could have avoided this whole situation if you just listened to them. So that pissed me off. And you know what else pissed me off? The fact that Laurel knew that Julia and the dad, I don't know the dad's name, were, like, talking about the house, or, like, what they were going to do with the house. Or, wait, no, I think Susanna's lawyers, or Susanna before she died, were, like, talking to them about what they were going to do with the house. I think that's what it was. But the fact that she knew and didn't say anything, I know she didn't know that the house was being sold. I know that. that just kind of upset me that she didn't tell, like, Conrad and Jared that they were discussing what was going to happen to the house. Like, I know she didn't think it was going to get sold. I know she didn't think about that. But that upset me. And also the fact that she slapped Belly upset me too. I get where Laurel was coming from. I get that with the argument. Now the slap, that was a little much. I don't think that should have happened. Like, I get the argument, and like I got both sides, but I really understood Laurel, like, why she's so upset, like, with everything that's going on. Like, Laurel lost her best friend. She's obviously gonna, like, spiral, and she's, like, really upset. And she's not opening up to her kids about it, or really almost anyone about how she's feeling, because she doesn't want to show them, like, she's really hurting and she's really struggling. And I get that, and that's why I understood the argument, and I was kind of on her side. But, like, the slap, no. Like, I was on Belly's side for the slap, because, like, Belly did not deserve a slap. I don't think anyone really deserved. I mean, no, actually, the dad deserved to be slapped before he agreed to keep the house. But I think the slap was unnecessary. It was a little much. I'm happy they talked after that, and they're good, and they forgave each other, and we got Laurel opening up to Belly about how she's feeling. That was great, because I was waiting for that to happen. You know, like, I said this, Laurel is, like, bottling everything up because she doesn't want her kids to see it, how she's feeling, and how she's, like, really not doing well. And I think they should have seen that. I really wanted them to. And so I'm happy she's telling them about it, because I think as a parent, when you lose someone and your kids lose, like, that person too, I think you should show them or talk to them about how you're feeling as well, so they know, like, if you're lashing out, it's probably because of that, and, like, you're, like, stressing because of that, and you're grieving in different ways. I think that would have been good, because, I mean, Belly really thought, like, her mom was over the death, but she just didn't really get it because she didn't see her grieving. Like, she didn't see how bad it was for her, and Laurel wasn't opening up to her. And she finally did. And I'm happy. And them forgiving each other really messed me up and broke my heart, and I wanted to die. But, like, I'm happy they're talking. And I'm happy also Steven was kind of defending Belly, even though I felt really bad for Laurel. Really bad. Because I said that her friend literally died. She's going through it, but she's bottling it all up. And then everyone's kind of ganging up against her. And I get why. Like, they don't know. They don't get it. But it's just, like, she's really going through it. Like, just let her be, and don't yell at her, and don't say shit to her. Okay? Like, just don't. It's easy not to. I mean, she came through, though, and I was on her side basically the whole time, because I thought, like, they kind of were, like, they weren't, like, overreacting, I get, but, like, they shouldn't have, like, called her out. So I'm, like, happy that eventually they all got on her side. Laura apologized, explained herself, said she was gonna help. We were all good. And she, of course, changed the dad's mind. I really need to learn that man's name. I don't care enough to, but I feel like I should, just in case, because I think he's gonna be in season 3. So I need to learn his name. But Laurel saved the house. Shout out to that girl. Like, honestly, she is an icon. I love her. Like, the fact that she got 2 people to change their minds about the house, who I really did not think she was going to change Julia's mind. I thought something else was going to happen with Julia to make her not sell the house. But the fact that she did that, and it was easier for her to change Julia's mind, I think, than the dad's mind, upset me even more, because that's your kid's house that they love so much and means so much to them and reminds them of their mom, and you're gonna be like, oh no, we're not gonna sell it. Like, fuck you. No, you're going to keep the house. Like, I was getting so upset if he like didn't, or like he got upset and left. I'm so happy Laurel is there, and Laurel knows how to piss him off and convince him to do stuff. Like, Laurel really went in, as she should. I mean, I hate that man. I don't really remember why I hate him, but I know I do. I'm pretty sure it's because he cheated on her. But he was being a dick. Even Conrad, like, obviously knew that. Like, Conrad came in and was pissed off and, like, trying to defend Laurel, trying to defend his mom, and even defend Aunt Julia, who was defending the boys and Laurel, which that was insane. The fact that Julia was defending them, like, made me like her more. Because, like, I never thought we would see that. I, like, knew, like, when they changed her mind, she was going to be a bit better. But I didn't think she was going to defend them and, like, stand up to the dad to try to convince him to keep the house. And they did it. And they did a really great job as well. Like, they're good. They're going to sell the Boston house, which, like, I wish, like, they didn't have to sell the other house too, but I completely understand. Like, if they need to sell that that whatever house, like, to keep this beach house, I'm fine. I was surprised though he agreed to sell the Boston house, because I thought he was gonna be like, no, like, we need that house. Like, this is a beach summer house. Like, we're keeping it. We're keeping the other one. I thought that's what he was gonna say or like do, and so I'm really happy he didn't, because, like, we need the beach house for season 3, and I was terrified they were gonna change it and not, like, let it happen. I don't know. It was just, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, like, Conrad, like, stood up to his dad. I'm pretty sure, again, I think he'd done it before, but I was so happy. It made me so happy. We're keeping the house. We're good. I'm really happy about that. It was just, like, that, like, all those scenes were really, like, really exciting, and I really liked, even though I already talked about Julia, I'll bring her up again, because I forgot to say this. I liked that scene with Julia and Sky. We got to see more of, like, their relationship and see Julia, like, being a supportive mom, which made me happy. And I think their relationship is kind of cute. Like, when she's not being a bitch, I appreciate her scenes. And I thought her scenes with Sky was really cute, how Sky was, like, telling her about the kiss. And, like, the mom was like, oh my gosh, and, like, she was so excited, like, trying to get her to tell her thing. Like, it was so cute. I really liked it, and I would like to see more of, like, Julia and Sky, like, relationship like that in the future, and, like, her being a good mom and, like, being there for Sky. I hope we see that in season 3. I mean, I really still not the biggest fan of Sky. I don't hate them. I'm just not the biggest fan. And of course, I'm obviously still not the biggest fan of Aunt Julia. Like, I like her a bit now. Still not great because of what she's done. So I kind of want to see them. I kind of don't. I feel like we will, though, because Sky's kind of formed relationships with everyone. And then Aunt Julia kind of has a relationship with Laurel now. And, like, they were talking about how they'll maybe come sometime soon to the house. I'm like, okay, I'm here for that because I want them to be a family, but then I also kind of don't want to see them again. I don't know how to feel. But, like, I loved that, all those scenes, and I loved after they left, like, the studying scene. That was so cute. The way they were all, like helping him was, like, so cute. And, like, the dance scene, and then, like, Steven getting upset over not getting a sandwich. Now, I will say, the reward system confused the crap out of me. Because why, like, I get Conrad getting a sandwich after he, like, studied or did something. But why did Steven and Jer have to wait to get a sandwich? Like, I'm sorry. I would have snatched that. If I was hungry, like, okay, here's the thing. I'm not a big eater. But if I was hungry and, like, they were saying, oh, you have to wait till somebody finishes blah, blah, blah. No, I would snatch the thing. If I was hungry, I would just snatch it. And I don't know why they didn't. Like, I don't know why Belly was like, oh no, like, you gotta wait. Like, let them eat their sandwich, okay? This is for Conrad only. Like, Conrad is the one who needs to pass to get into Stanford. And you're gonna make them wait to eat? Like, no. That was the only part that pissed me off about the studying scene. Everything else was great. I thought it was so cute how they were, like, making note cards for him. Jeremiah was highlighting in a really weird way. I did not like that. But, like, the dance scene was the cutest thing ever. Like, I love Steven in, like, the boys' relationship. Like, I love seeing the Steven and Conrad, like, the relationship, and then Steven and Jared dancing together. And I think Steven and Belly were also doing the Taylor and Belly, or Taylor and Steven, like, now, dance, which was so cute. I just loved it. I thought it was so cute seeing them, like, all support Conrad and, like, wanting him to get into Stanford and, like, pushing him to do it. It made me so happy. It made me so happy before the disaster that came after that, which I will get into in a second. Before I get into, why did I forget? Bonrad and Jelly, I want to talk about quickly Steven and Taylor. Even though we didn't get a lot of them this episode, we got some. And oh my gosh, I still am so in love with them. It's insane. Like, I can't believe, well, they're not, I don't know if they're officially together yet. Right now they're kind of, or like, what did Taylor say to Belly? They're figuring it out. They're, like, seeing where it goes. But, like, Taylor called him baby, or that might have been Belly because she was calling Belly baby. Not baby, babe, but I'm pretty sure she was talking to Steven. Like, Steven kissed her on the cheek. He let her drive his car back. Like, they were just being all coupley, and it was like, oh my gosh. Even in the background of some scenes, you saw them, like, kind of, like, together, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm so happy that, like, Belly's supportive. And, like, I think she seemed supportive. It's not like she was against it when she saw, like, them kind of flirting and Steven kiss her on the cheek. But I'm happy because I was so worried, or I was worried that Belly wasn't going to like it. I thought she was, but I was also kind of worried because as much as I want them to be together, I want Belly and Taylor to stay friends more. So if, like, they had to not be together so Belly and Taylor could stay friends, I would be fine with it. But, like, it was just so cute in the way that he was, like, telling her to be careful and, like, be safe. And then he kissed her before she left. Like, oh my gosh, I'm, like, so happy, but then I'm also worried we're not going to get any of them next episode, because I'm pretty sure next episode is the motel episode, because it's the last episode of the season, and we haven't had the motel scene yet. And I know it's in there, because I saw it on IMDb, so I don't think we're going to get them next episode, which makes me sad, but as long as in season 3, they are still together, and we get fed with Taylor and Steven content, I am perfectly fine. Like, I just need more content with them. They're so cute. And then I also just love Steven. Like, I think I said at the beginning of the season, I don't think I ever said I didn't like him. He's just pissing me off. Forget everything I said about that. I love that man. He's, like one of my favorites right now. He's just so cute in his relationship with everyone. And the fact that you can tell he ships Bonrad is a green flag for me. Like, I love him. That's my baby. I'm so happy. And I'm so happy for him that, like, he seems so happy, like, with Taylor, because he's been wanting her for, not for a while, but, like, since the beginning of the season. So I'm really happy. And I'm happy for Taylor, too. I just really hope we get to see either them together next episode or just separately, because I would like to see Taylor next episode. Like, I love seeing her. I love her to death, and I want more of her, because everyone else is literally pissing me off. Like, especially Belly. Belly is pissing me off, and we're gonna get into that now. So, we're gonna talk about Jelly, which I was not looking forward to, and that's the one reason I didn't want to watch this episode. I literally just watched the episode before I did this. I'm watching, and of course recording, the day after the episode came out. Or, it came out Thursday night. It's Saturday now. I've been pushing it off for a few different reasons. First of all, because I was busy doing things, but also because I saw on Twitter the Belly and Jeremiah kiss. I saw it, and I didn't know, like, the context, and I didn't know anything else. I just saw the kiss, and I was like, oh, fuck, like, you've got to be shitting me. And so I've been pushing it off. And if I knew, like, the context and everything else, like, what was going on then, I don't even think I would watch the episode for, like, a week. I'm, like, so serious, because I'm so mad at Belly and Jer. But also, literally, Belly, well, it's probably mostly Belly, because that poor man, Conrad, cannot catch a break. And he is trying to tell her that he loves her and he wants to be with her. And she does this shit. Not only does she kiss him, like, kiss Conrad's brother, like, yeah, but she kissed Jeremiah in Conrad's sweatshirt, on Conrad's car, and at his college, and he walked out to sea. Like, what the fuck? Like, who does that? I think the worst part was the fact that she was in Conrad's damn sweatshirt, and she kissed the brother. Like, what the hell? It's so upsetting. It's so infuriating, and I'm, like, so pissed off about everything. Like, oh my gosh. Like, it's just, like, I hate everything, and I'm so mad. Like, I think this is the most mad The Summer I Turned Pretty has made me so far, because the fact that she did that was so messed up. Like, I get she wants to be with Jared now, but, like, the worst part was in Conrad's sweatshirt when he's been trying to tell you, like, how he feels, and the fact that you can't even figure out that he is trying to tell you that he is still in love with you, and Steven can, and I think even Jer can tell that Conrad still loves her. It's just like, what the hell? What the hell? I'm so mad, and it's just, the poor guy had to see it too. I think that was the worst part for me, the fact that he saw them kissing. Like, he just took his final. He was probably so happy that he got it done, and maybe he knew he did a good job. And then he comes out to see that again in his sweatshirt on his car at his damn college during his finals. Like, that's not being supportive. Like, they were there to support him and, like, then take him back to wherever, and they do that shit. No. I'm so mad. Oh my gosh. And I was enjoying some of their scenes earlier in the episode, because I've said this before, I see them as best friends, and that's really it. And so, and also brother and sister occasionally, but we've moved on from that. I now just see them as best friends. So, like, I liked their scene on the beach of him kind of trying to comfort her, and, like, them talking about everything, and, like, they were kind of flirting. I saw it more as best friends, not the flirting part, but, like, them dancing together, and, like, him with his arms around her. Like, I saw that more as, like, a best friend thing, and I thought that all their scenes were cute. I mean, until in that beach scene, she said that there's nothing going on with Conrad, and he said, like, there will always be something with Conrad, which true. I mean, I don't think, well, okay, this is me thinking this, I might be wrong because I've never been in love with an actual person, just characters. I think you always love your first love. Like, you always will. Like, a part of you will always love them. Even if they hurt you, a part of you will always love them. So I get, like, what he's saying. And yeah, obviously, there's always going to be something with them. Belly's always going to love Conrad more than she loves Jer. It's obvious. Like, we all know this. I mean, some people might. Like, the jelly shippers might not. But, you know, us Bonrad shippers, we know that. She'll always love him. But it's just, like, the fact that he said that and then kissed her. Okay, it was Belly who initiated the kiss, really, mostly, but, like, still. Oh, my gosh. And, like, I thought it was cute at first that they were going around, like, the college and, I think, the other college I think they're going to go to or something. I thought that was cute, and them taking pictures. I thought all that was cute. But then I also didn't, because she was about to tell Conrad, before he fell asleep when they were studying for the final, that she had feelings for Jeremiah. Which, first of all, girl, I think there is a better way to tell him. Not the day before his final. Because this, like, if he does bad, he's not going to get in Stanford. Or he's going to get probably kicked out of Stanford. Or his, like, scholarship's going to get taken away or something. Or his acceptance is going to get taken away. Or he could get kicked out of his literal college he's in right now. So I think that would have been a bad thing to do. So I'm happy he fell asleep so he didn't have to hear that. But it's just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't think I'll ever be over this, honestly, until Belly and Conrad get together again. I think I'm gonna be so pissed off at this, like, for the rest of, like, till we get season 3, honestly. And I'm so serious. Season 3 better be just one big drop, that they drop all the episodes at once like they did for season 1. Even though I didn't watch season 1 when it came out, and I think I've said this before, I watched it a few months later. But I need season 3 to be all at once so I can get through it and I can be happy with my life. Because if I have to wait week after week for it, or like just every week for one, I'm going to lose my mind. Because, I mean, if you read the books, you know why. Like, I'm so excited for season 3, and I need, like, everything to, like, I need the writers to get paid, like, a lot in the right amount that they deserve, because they deserve it, and also the actors, so everyone can get back, and everyone can get the paycheck they deserve, because it's messed up. But so we can also get season 3, and I can be fed, and I can lose my mind and have a mental breakdown, because I'm so excited for it. But, like, I'm so nervous. And then, of course, now we have to talk about Bonrad, which I don't want to because I'm so sad. It's just, like, I knew this season was going to be rough for us, like, Bonrad shippers and us Conrad girls. Like, I knew this. I think we all knew that. Like, we all knew this, like, going into it. Except if you haven't read the books, you maybe didn't. You just heard people talking about this. Like, I knew it was going to happen. I was terrified. But, like, I was hoping they would change it and not have Jeremiah and Belly do this. I was really hoping they would change it. Like, I knew, like, they couldn't because Jeremiah and Belly are such a big part of season 3. So I kind of knew they weren't going to do anything. But I was hopeful. I will admit, I was hopeful because I didn't want to witness it. And I was stressed. And I'm panicking now. And I need next week to hurry, like, up because I need to watch the new episode. Even though, actually, no, I don't need to because I don't want to get to that damn motel scene. No, that is going to ruin my life. I know it's going to mess me up so much and I'm not ready to see it. So actually, I don't want next week to hurry up. But with Belly and Conrad, we didn't have, like, a ton of cute content. Actually, I'm pretty sure we had, like, almost no cute content. We just had, like, them, like, talking about what happened the night before. And then saying, like, I know you loved me and I loved you. Like, no, you love him. He loves you. Like, girl needs to stop saying with, like, the past tense. Like, both of them, actually. With the past tense, like, loved, love, like, all that shit. No, you guys are in love with each other still to this day, and you always will be. Stop with the past tense shit. I can't deal with it. It's just, like, why can't they just admit they love each other still? Like, I get Conrad hurt Belly, and then Conrad's, like, I'm probably worried about hurting her again, and everything. But still, just tell each other. I don't want to go through this. I'm just so, oh my god. That scene of them, like, outside, like, with the trash cans, like, broke me, because, like, they're being like, oh, we're friends now, or, like, that's what something about being friends. I'm just sitting there like, bitch, no, you are soulmates, not platonic soulmates. You are, like, romantic soulmates. Like, you need to be together, and, like, I need you guys to fix everything and kiss, like, make up, please. Like, I'm so desperate, and I knew it was gonna be bad after what happened last episode with that whole beach fight, which was pure perfection with the acting. Like, they really nailed that. But other than that, it was gut-wrenching, and I wanted to die. And, like, I knew it was gonna be bad, but I honestly didn't think it was gonna be this bad, and it was gonna hurt me this much. But, like, them talking about, like, they didn't really talk about moving on, but Bella kind of did. It's just, like, yeah, moving on, and, like, not being together anymore, and everything. It's just, like, it's awful, and I don't get why they're doing this to me. I'm so pissed off. I'm more pissed off about, like, the jelly thing, especially the fact that Conrad had to see it. Like, why did they do it there, of all places? Like, at least do it when you're not in the, like, same facility, or not facility, they were outside, but, like, in the same, like, place, kind of, as him. Like, did they not think about the fact he could walk out any second and see him? The fact the sweatshirt thing still pissed me off, though. Like, I thought it was so cute at first, like that, which was that she was in the car and like she like, kind of like was like cold, and Jared asked her if she was cold, and she said no. She said yeah, but she liked the cold, and then Conrad gave her the sweatshirt, like fuck yeah. And Jeremiah was jealous, which I was fine with because I don't really care. And then she kissed him. Like, bro, if someone gives you his sweatshirt, okay, not all the time is it romantic, but sometimes it is, and in like a romantic, like kind of cute way. That does not mean you go and kiss the brother. Okay? Again, on his car, at his college, while he's taking a final. Like, you don't fucking do that. Ow, that fucking hurt my hand. But, like, you don't do that, and I'm so upset. And I probably should move on to talk about what I think is going to happen next episode, because I'm probably going to break something in my room because I'm so upset and I want to throw things. So, next episode. I don't really know what's going to happen. Of course, because I said, like, before, like, they don't have promos. I don't really read anything about it. About, like, the next episodes. If, like, there is anything out there, I don't read them. So, I don't know. Just the motel scene, I guess. That's it. And I feel like we're gonna get that gut-wrenching talk with Belly and Conrad at the motel of him, like, telling her to go be with Jer. Which, like, no, I'm not fucking ready for, and I'm terrified and petrified, and I literally will want to die. But I think we're gonna get that. And then, I don't know what else. I said this earlier, I would like to see Taylor again. I'm really hoping we do. But other than that, I don't know. I think it will be just an episode for Belly, Jer, and Conrad. I think it will just be the three of them most of the episode, and maybe at the end we'll get like an epilogue, even though I don't think we will, because it's the first, or we have another season left, or like they'll do a few months later and show like what's going on, and then like that will lead into season 3, maybe. I don't know. I just am terrified and I want to die, and I don't know how I'm gonna survive, like, until we get season 3. If I just want to say this before like this episode ends, if they end on a damn cliffhanger next episode, I will kill. I'm going to do something drastic. Like, they cannot end it on a cliffhanger. I'm so sick of shows like at the end of the season and on big cliffhangers when they're like, I'm watching them weekly. If it's like a show that all the seasons are out, or at least a few of them are, and the next season after that is already out, I'm fine with it. But if it's not, then I get really upset because I get invested and then I want to cry. So if they end on a cliffhanger, I'm going to die. That's all I'm going to say. But I think that's the end of this episode. Sorry it was a mess. I'm still obviously very pissed off about everything. So there was a lot of yelling and ranting, but like, you know, that's me. So sorry again, that was a mess, but thank you so much for listening. I think see you guys next week, hopefully. I mean hopefully everything goes well for me, and then I'll see you guys next week for the season 2 finale. Thank you again. See you guys soon.